Happy Friday, everyone. It's hashtag FAQ Friday live from my office in Windermere, the Lake District in the UK. And this week's frequently asked question is all about the new food waste legislation coming in England, which requires businesses to separate food waste for recycling by the 31st of March 2025. And it's a crucial step towards reducing environmental impact and promoting sustainability. So I'm going to give you some top tips on how to manage and comply with the legislation effectively. So first of all, it's important to understand the legislation. So the scope of the law, you've got to familiarise yourself with the specifics of the legislation, including which businesses are affected, the deadlines and any penalties for non-compliance. And the key requirements is understanding that the law mandates the separate collection and disposal of food waste, aiming to divert it from landfills and towards recycling or composting facilities. There's so much impact this will have on the UK. It is unbelievable. Secondly is to assess your current waste management practices. So you can conduct a waste audit, which I'd recommend you do. Realistically, in the hospitality businesses, I do a waste audit for food, which helps on your food cost control. So you can actually, contact me if you want to know more about that, so I can help and support you. But evaluate your current waste management processes to understand how much food waste is actually being generated and how it is currently disposed of. And then identify sources of waste, determine the main sources of food waste within your business operations to target areas for improvement. So that's a biggie. And then thirdly, implement a food waste separation system. This is so important. So many people, we do at home, lots of people do it at home naturally now because we've been doing it for so long, but in businesses not as often. So designate collection areas and set up clearly labelled bins for food waste in key areas such as kitchens, food prep stations and dining areas to make separation easy for staff. And then train employees, provide training to all your employees on the importance of food waste separation and how to properly use the designated bins. And then you've got to, obviously, like in everything, monitor and adjust it, see how it's working, and regularly check the separation process to ensure compliance and make adjustments as needed to improve efficiency in your organisation. And then fourthly, partner with waste management services. You will obviously have a waste management service in your business. Actually contact them and ask them for help and support so that you can do this and implement it efficiently. So choose your waste management contractor and select a waste management company that specialises in food waste recycling. So have the conversation. If they don't currently do that, actually see who they can partner up with or who they know who can help and support you, so that it's a win-win situation for all parties. And ensure they are equipped to handle the separated waste in compliance with the legislation. And then schedule regular pickups. So start doing it now and work with your waste contractor to establish a regular collection schedule that suits you, your business, and your business needs and prevents overflow. Because what you don't want to do is get any infestation at all from pests, because that will happen if you don't do this effectively, as you know. So then fifthly, educate and involve all staff. It's so important to do this and raise awareness, holding workshops or information sessions. Get your contractors, if possible, to come in and have those conversations, or your environmental health officer, to educate staff about environmental benefits of reducing food waste and the impact of the new legislation. And then encourage participation. Do it now so it becomes a new habit, and that habit becomes an implemented habit which will have long-term success. And involve your employees in brainstorming sessions to identify ways to reduce food waste at the source and promote best practices moving forward. And optimize inventory and menu planning. Review your inventory practices, implement a first in, first out, which you should do with your HACCP anyway, system, and track inventory closely to reduce excess and spoilage. Adapt menu offerings, design menus that use seasonal and local ingredients. You should be doing that anyway, but these are top tips to help just in case you're not. Local ingredients allowing for flexibility and reducing the likelihood of waste. Now, you can't do anything about waste if your fridge or freezer goes down and you've not got a backup plan, but you could put a risk assessment plan in now just in case that happens. Have you got a local competitor who has storage who can help and support that? So explore plans, your risk management plans to help and support you to reduce waste. So explore waste initiatives, the reduction initiatives, number 7. Donation programs. Consider donating surplus food to local food banks, charities to prevent waste and support the community needs. Look at composting opportunities. Explore on-site composting options if it's feasible, if it's accessible, which can reduce waste and provide nutrient-rich compost for gardens or landscaping. And number 8, don't forget to monitor and report the progress. It's so important that you actually track waste reduction, keeping records of the amount of food waste diverted from landfills and any cost savings achieved through reduction of waste disposal fees. Share your success stories. Communicate your progress and success stories to both employees, customers, and demonstrate your commitment to sustainability. It's so important. If you start now, be on the front end of it. Lots of businesses are already doing it, but be on the leading edge of it rather than reacting to the legislation when it comes in next March. And number 9, leverage technology. Use waste tracking software. There's lots out there, but ask your waste management company to help and support you, implementing software solutions that help you track waste generation, identify trends, and optimize waste reduction strategies. I do this as part of the food cost control workshop that I do with clients. It's so important. It is on an online course if you're interested, but give me a ring and we'll talk it through. Integrate smart systems. Consider using technologies such as the smart bins that provides real-time data on waste levels to improve efficiency. The data is really great so that you can report it, but you can also check it. Information is great because you can make informed decisions and ensure that you are on the right track and be able to analyse the data to keep your effective and efficiency at the utmost. And number 10, stay informed and engaged. It's so important to do this. Keeping up with updates on the legislation, stay informed about any changes or updates to the legislation, and ensure ongoing compliance. Engage with industry groups, participate in industry forums and discussions to share best practices and learn from others about effective waste management strategies. And if you do all these, it will help and support you, but it's really important that you look at how you can engage it with your waste management businesses, but also with your competitors, with the groups that you're potentially involved with. Have a look and speak to your environmental health officer. They are more likely to be able to help and support you if you ask for help, rather than wait for them to tell you off or give you a fine of any description. So by following these tips and actively engaging with the new food waste legislation, businesses can not only comply with legal requirements but also contribute to a more sustainable future. And remember, this has already been rolled out to businesses in Scotland and also Wales. So this is not something new. But the UK government has introduced the new legislation requiring all non-household municipal premises in England to separate food waste by 31st of March 2025. And it includes businesses in the public sector, organisations, third sector entities, excluding micro firms with fewer than 10 full-time equivalent employees. But it's good to get into practice. And the key requirements is you basically have to separate food waste collections. All eligible businesses must arrange for separate collection of food waste, diverting it from general waste streams. And don't forget that you've got to be compliant waste presentation. Food waste must be presented according to the new legislation guidelines, which is important. So you've got to understand what the legislation is, but it aims to improve the quality and quantity of waste collections across England by mandating that food waste will be separated and collected separately, and it affects a wide range of premises, including businesses, prisons, hospitals, care homes, office blocks, schools, garages, and transport hubs. So be very aware, and people in business and they've got office blocks and they have more than 10 full-time employees, you're part of it as well, so be really clear with that. So as I said, it's already in place in Scotland and Wales, but commercial food waste legislation has been implemented in Scotland since 2014 and was introduced in Wales in April 2024. So any businesses generating more than 5 kilograms of food waste weekly will likely need to comply with these new regulations. So what does it mean for your business? Well, first of all, by the deadline, businesses must have established separate food waste storage and collection processes. What does it involve? Understanding the types and quantities of food waste produced, as well as how you store the food, how it should be stored and collected to comply with the legislation. But ask for help, speak to the experts in this field, and taking action, understanding your waste production. Evaluate all your types of and quantities of waste in your business and what it produces, which will help you make it. It'll actually save you money, if I'm brutally honest. And review your current practices. Access your current waste management processes to identify areas for improvement, and consult with your waste collection companies, and engage approved food waste collection companies to configure the best system for you and your business, and get the help and support from the experts who are doing this, and familiarise yourself with the regulations and understanding the specifics and how they apply to you and your business. So, people might be questioning, it's got a lot of business advantages, it optimises services and reduces your costs, reviews and optimises waste collection services, can lead to massive cost savings, so you'll be really in a win-win situation. It enhances your sustainability credentials, complying with the legislation, will demonstrate your commitment to environmental responsibility, and it helps and supports your brand. It protects your brand and avoids fines. Having a compliant system safeguards your brand and prevents financial penalties and PR disasters. So there's so many benefits, because benefits of separate food waste collection has environmental benefits. When collected separately, food waste can be processed to generate renewable energy and produce organic fertiliser, contributing to a circular economy. How amazing would that be? Your business is part of that. I've mentioned cost savings, excuse me. And separating food waste can lower waste disposal costs, as food waste is heavy and expensive to dispose with general waste. And when you look at food waste collections, it can be as low as £5 per bin, so it's a massive saving. And food waste stream composition, both whole household and non-wholesale household food waste collections will include all food items intended for human or pet consumption, regardless of nutritional value. And biodegradable materials such as bones, eggshells, fruit, vegetable scraps, tea bags and coffee grounds as well. So be prepared, ensure your business is compliant, and make sure that you're on top and you're adhering to the new legislation. It is crucial for both environmental and business benefits, and by taking the proactive steps now, you can future-proof your business, protect your brand and your reputation, and be ready for the legislation changes ahead of the March 2025 deadline. So it'll help you avoid the penalties, and compliance helps prevent fines, reputational harm, PR disasters, safeguarding your business from legal and financial risk, which is absolutely massive. And if you just take these guidelines, take some early action, your business can lead the way in sustainable food waste management and contribute to a more sustainable future. So don't wait until March. Start now. Start making a difference. Start creating that circular economy in your business for a more sustainable, future-proof business, taking it forward. So I hope that's helped. As always, please subscribe, like and share. Sharing is caring. And Alison@ajlakes.com. Give me an email. I'm always happy to help and support or answer any questions that you've got to clarify any of these areas that you may be having a worry about. Don't worry, ask for help, reach out, and certainly there's always the introductory call. To give me a 20-minute introductory call, book it online on my website, ajlakes.com, or email me, Alison@ajlakes.com, to help and support you, because we're committed to do that in the hospitality and business environment, to help and support you to have a sustainable, future-proof business so that you enjoy a great work-life balance to success and freedom. Thank you so much for joining me, and may I wish you all the very best. So happy Friday, everybody, and a happy weekend. Take care. Thank you.